Yo, what is up, everybody? This is From Above Tactics, and today we are continuing from our last video about movement in War Robots Frontiers. Okay, so today we have terms now. Okay, this jump and boost mechanic I was talking about, it has a name, and people are naming it wave dashing. Now, wave dashing is a term I've learned from competitive Smash Bros. And I can see how this relates because it's pretty similar. So, for now on, when I do this, or when I'm talking about that jump and boost, we're talking about wave dashing, all right? And for this technique, when you're on the ramp here and you boost and then jump, and it gives you that extra altitude and so forth, we're gonna call that the launch pad. All right, I don't know what anybody else is calling it, but for consistency purposes, we got terms now, and we're gonna use them so you can follow along and things could be easier. Okay, so for today's video, we're talking about how effective we can be with wave dashing, and how can you play with this concept to help you in the battlefield? So first of all, it depends on your mech, right? So right now with this mech, I have the Griffin chassis, all right? The max speed is 56, the acceleration is 35, the fuel capacity is 17, and the leg armor is 84,000. Now, the tank is slow and steady, but its low fuel consumption allows for consecutive wave dashes. So its high armor makes it great for holding positions and absorbing damage. All right, so this build is all about endurance and survivability, using wave dashing strategically to maintain control and durability in battle. So for instance, let's wave dash as much as we can and see where we end up with no fuel. All right. Okay. Do it again. Sweet. Pretty good. All right. And as you can tell, it is charging up relatively fast, and that's due to the fuel capacity. All right. Okay, so as you can tell, there is this type of balancing, almost like a Call of Duty game, right? If you want more speed, you want that aim down sight to be fast, you're gonna have to sacrifice something in order for that to happen. So the same rules apply here, okay? So I wanna take it over to the flanker, and I want to show you the difference when it comes to the fuel consumption and the difference between the distance that you get from both. All right, so let's start this first wave dash. All right, and let's start the other one. Look at that. You can see the difference right there. Now, I went further, but I burned fuel more quickly, okay? And it takes me a little while to get back up to the fuel capacity. Now, something I want you to keep in mind is pay attention to the fuel meter right now, okay? We're gonna spin both bars, and then you're gonna see that the percentage is an indicator in when to start your wave dash again. So I know it's at 50% is when I can start. Boom. So that's really important to keep in mind, because you need to gauge when you can re-enter the battle, refresh, and just play smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Something else I noticed as well is I wanted to know how many seconds it took for you to go from one boost to another. Let's see. So if I jump here, let's see how long it takes for me to boost back down on the ground. So let's count. 1, 2, pretty much 2 seconds. So in between each wave dash, it takes about 2 seconds. Now, I've tried other mechs, and it seems like it's a universal timing. Everybody has the same timing in between these boosts. It's up to 2 seconds. Also, before I wrap things up, I had this thread conversation in Reddit, and this person was like, my Ares can do at full speed, can reach 200 meters. And it was really interesting because it allowed me to use that as inspiration to show you that the one that I have, the Pursuer, seems to take me even further. But that's because the Ares lacks in speed, and I believe in another area as well. So if we look at it right now, if we go check out what the stats for the Ares is, so for this one, it's 118, the one I currently have, max speed, acceleration 35, and fuel capacity 17, and the armor is 55. So if we go down to the Ares, as you can tell, it's less speed, but there's more acceleration. Okay, so there's that trade-off right there we were talking about. And then for fuel capacity, well, it's gonna take a little longer to charge, but because of that extra acceleration and that extra leg armor down there, this is gonna allow you to be quicker in getting out of those tight situations. Okay, so this is definitely for someone who just needs to get out, or who just needs to get in, get the kill, and be gone. You know, this really emphasizes that assassin type of play style. Now for me, for instance, I want, for my play style, I want the fuel capacity. You know, I want endurance as much as possible, even though this is a fling class, but that's how I like to mix it, and that's how I like to play it. So with that being said, that pretty much wraps up the video. I thank you guys so much for tuning in this journey of like learning what these movement mechanics can do and help you in the battlefield. Guys, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. If you like the content, please comment something, give me some feedback, give me something to work with. It's really cool to do these interactions with you, because it's just fun. You know, it's a community, right? So nonetheless, this is From Above Tactics, and we are out.